guys, you're watching the SOS PGH Concert Series. This is Season 2. I'm sitting here tonight with John Shannon. He's the owner of Con Alma and a big supporter of the local jazz community. And he's sponsoring tonight's show, tonight's jazz show. Thanks for joining us, John.
Absolutely, Rocky. Thanks for having me, man.
So you put this whole show together for me. You're the one who took the lead on this. So what should everybody expect out of tonight's show?
Well, just great Pittsburgh jazz. You know, Pittsburgh is known for a very soulful way of playing this music.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh is known for swinging hard, you know. So, I mean, Roger Humphreys is going to be playing tonight. Tony Campbell's going to be there, you know. It should be a lot of fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
This whole series is about the SOS Save Our Stages. It's to help raise awareness for the cause of getting money for clubs that have bands and support bands and things like that. So, I mean, that's our whole, what we're striving to do here. Over the last year, this pandemic, and you being a bar owner as well and a club owner, you're also a musician, but you own the club. So how's it affected you personally?
Right. Well, there's those two different ways. I mean, as soon as the pandemic hit, we were just brainstorming and how to keep what we were doing going, how we could keep money flowing to the musicians of our scene here, which is the jazz scene, which is what we're the home for. And so we started doing solo live streams. We would have some live streams in here, a few with nobody in here, and just trying to, you know, brainstorm. Then in the summer we took the music outside. So for me, it's affected me in terms of it's been nonstop, you know, and luckily for me as a restaurant music venue owner, I have two other partners, and we just constantly throw ideas at each other, and we keep it going, you know. So it's been a busy time.
I'm sure it has.
Yeah.
How do you open up a second club in the middle of a pandemic? What made you think, hey, we're in a pandemic, I can't have anybody in my bar, let's open up a second one?
Yeah, well, it's definitely rolling the dice, but it's also following the signs, you know, the space that we found, the way we found it, the scenario that presented itself to us. It's just all kind of organic and meant to be, and it was very difficult to pass up.
Okay.
So for us, it's a real strategy move to just evolve what we're doing, which really, even this first Con Alma started very organically. You know, ideas that just kind of took fire. Yeah, it's straight downtown. It's on Penn Avenue, right across from Heinz Hall.
Oh, okay. That's very nice,
Last summer, we had a food truck, and I didn't even get to mention this, but we got a food truck during the pandemic because we knew everything was going to be outside. And then our friend down at PA Libations invited us to bring the truck down there, and we had live music there five days a week during the pandemic.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so anyways, we had a strip district moment, and now we'll be downtown.
Well, hey, once those shows start opening up, the theater starts opening up, you got a fantastic crowd to come in.
Oh, man, yeah.
You know, before the shows, they come over your place, watch some jazz, go over there. I mean, if that's where you are, that's a nice spot.
You know, and that's exciting to me, too, because people are going to be going out, and they're going to be in the mood to experience art and music and see a show and whatever they're doing, and then being at Con Alma as well, and you know, so we can really push the creative boundaries as well, you know.
Actually, I think it's better that you're where you are rather than going down the strip district. Because everybody's down there partying and stuff like that. It's for people who want to enjoy some, like you said, some music, want to enjoy some arts or whatever. They're going to come right over to you. So let's hope things open back up and people can start going to see the symphony again and all those other things like that. So
we need it. Everybody needs it.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, something we couldn't pass up.
Yeah. I mean, because I was like, wow, this guy's opening up a club when you can't even go to clubs. Who does that? Right? But I love what you're doing. I love your place. I love that you come down to Con Alma and you have nothing but vinyl. TVs on the walls. You're spinning albums. If you don't have musicians on stage, you know,
exactly.
Great vibe going on.
You know, we're committed to music here. We're committed to a music culture. Records have a more present sound than digital music, so we just want that to be playing when it's not live jazz, and we want people to experience the jazz as a real live music experience. I mean, it's energy music, you know, in a lot of ways like rock and roll. In a lot of ways, jazz was rock and roll in the you know in the 40s and the 50s, and then you know everything that came out of that.
I was reading up on you. You did a lot of work in New York.
Yeah, I lived and worked as a musician in New York City, out of New York City for you know over a decade. 12,
You're a
13
Pittsburgh
years.
guy, though, right?
Yeah, I'm from
You're
the South
from
Hills.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
Okay.
I came back because I was touring with a band. I had taken a gig in Australia for 2 years, and that took me out of New York City. Okay. And then after that, I came back here, and then one thing led to another, and then I started getting other work, and then I was connecting with all my friends who I grew up with who were in the jazz scene, and seeing how strong the jazz scene was in Pittsburgh, and how deep the jazz audience is in Pittsburgh, and then learning more and more and more about the jazz legacy of Pittsburgh, and then wanting to let people of Pittsburgh know how important their legacy is, and also give the jazz scene a home, because it deserves it, because it's really on a world-class level, the players here. And I know that from living in New York, you know, and you know, my friends and stuff.
I mean, I've always said that, and I say that, I think that way about all kind of genres of music in this town. I think there's high, top-notch players in this city. I think a lot of them go out to New York and other places, and they tour. Sure. Same with soundmen and things like that. There's a lot of people from Pittsburgh, very talented in the arts, that go out and they work in other communities. And I think that Pittsburgh really brings an incredible musicians, you know, to the table, and it's nice to see somebody who's trying to promote that. You're promoting it in the jazz community, but it's just all, local, all genres. I think Pittsburgh really has a lot to offer.
It really does. I mean, there's a really soulful element to it here, and you know, I don't know if it's because of the working class history of it, or I don't know if it's because it's where the three rivers meet and it's some kind of organic spiritual thing. You know, it's probably a bit of both.
Yeah, I hear you.
But there's something to it, definitely.
You're also a guitar player.
Yes.
Some projects you're working on right now.
We did a record with a local studio that's a kind of a collective of different groups that have been playing here for the first year, and I produced that, and I also play on that with two groups actually. Yeah, that was for like a Con Alma. It's a Con Alma record. Okay. It's a collective of the Pittsburgh scene.
And that's out right now?
It's not out yet.
Okay.
No. I mean, I've done a bunch of records. I mean, under my name, I did a bunch of records for a label out of New York and Paris called Oblique Sound. Okay. A record called American Mystic, Songs of the Desert River. I had a band called Waking Vision Trio. We did a lot of touring in Europe. I'm writing now towards, you know, what my next record's going to be. And then, you know, the beauty of playing jazz music is that you have different songs that everybody knows. You have kind of a shared language that you learn. Yeah. And so I'm always jumping up on stage with, you know, the different musicians in the scene.
That's one of the great things about jazz is everybody can intermingle like that.
Yes, and it's an improvisational art. So, you know, most of it is pure interaction on a form, on a song. Yeah. You know? So I'm always doing that.
You were just at the Vault? I know that because I worked on the Vault.
Totally,
What's the project you were working on over there?
Yeah, that's working with a friend who's a songwriter, a soul songwriter, and just kind of helping him, you know, put some stuff together. We're working on some stuff there.
You just play guitar, and you did a ripping guitar solo on that.
Oh,
Slippery
thanks,
Rock,
man.
Brett McCutcheon from Slippery Rock, Bob's son.
Yeah. He did a great job.
Yes, John played the guitar on that, and fantastic.
Oh, thanks so much, man. Thank you. It was fun, man. I like the vibe there too. It's great spot.
So, anything that you want to mention for people who are watching the jazz night?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing about Con Alma is it's really a place that values the live music experience. You know, the magic that happens when you go to see live music, really whatever the genre is. But we are all about presenting live music in a space that sounds great, that feels great, and so people can have that communion with the live music, you know, and have that experience. And so, you know, hopefully people will consider coming down and and hanging out with us, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being part of the SOS Concert Series.
Oh man, thank you so much for having me, Rocky.
All the help, and the jazz night is going to be a really good night. Everybody needs to tune in to the SOS PGH Concert Series Jazz Night, brought to you by Con Alma and John Shannon over here. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks.